All right, so apparently Quinn put out a video talking about the state of last Epoch right now. We all know it's a dicey sitch. There's Devin Global right now. Oh boy. Oh boy. I think he probably posted this, I would assume, like a day or so ago. So their 24-hour peak it almost did get close to 200,000. That's kind of crazy. Servers have been struggling. Gameplay feels amazing. I think most people that have played this game can say it feels good. But servers have just really been a struggle for a lot of people. So I'm curious to see what a big name thinks, because obviously Quinn's got a million other things to do than sit there and play Last Epoch. So I'm curious if he's gonna keep with it, see what he thinks.
I want to see how bad it is. Reviews. Oof. No one's playing online right now. Pretty.
Let's see. Yeah, what are the negative people saying? No one's playing online right now. Pretty sad after such an early access phase to bomb release like this. I mean, I hear all these arguments. If you're trying to play in a party with third people, you should be ready to spend 3+ hours trying to get the party going and synchronizing in the same instance. True. It is kind of tough to kind of play with friends and whatnot, but these are all little tiny things. Like these little tiny things are adding up, and it's getting a little bit frustrating, I would say. But at the end of the day, they are tiny things. Like almost everything that is wrong with the game is a patch, is fixable in a patch, and not even in an entire update, a hot fix. Sorry, not a patch. Like everything is very fixable, and I think as long as they do it within, a decent amount of time, and we're sitting here saying that it feels good right now to play, great. Then I think they're set. I think they have nothing to worry about other than just releasing more content through time.
Pretty sad after such a long early access phase to bomb on release like this. It is kind of sad, I agree. If you're looking to play this game at party of 3 people, then you shouldn't be ready to spend 3 hours trying to get the party and synchronizing in the same instance, then say, oh well, and go play something else. Oof, bro. Last Epoch bad, bro. Last Epoch bad. Sorry, but the indefinite loading screen is too...
I hate this shit, bro. I hate when people start doing, like, kind of encouraging the game bad mentality. The game is not bad. I know he's trolling, but I hate people that take that shit so serious and just go in there and review bomb all this stuff. Like this guy right here, nobody gives a shit about your 5.8-hour review, bro. Nobody gives a shit.
Too much. 5 hours played, level 14.
Yeah, it's gone.
That's relatable, dude. That is relatable. And he's not lying, dude. 5.8 hours. The communication has dropped precipitously. Now they're going to slow the updates to a crawl and keep everyone from posting the Ask Dev chat in their Discord. If you can't take the justified anger about your...
Whatever they're talking about with like hating on the devs and whatnot, like I think the devs have actually been super transparent and doing a great job like communicating. I know it hasn't been as quick of a turnaround as like the community has hoped, and I get that. Trust me, a game launches like when your 1.0 comes out, you're expecting a polished product. But I mean, like I said, the little tiny issues, if that can get fixed, perfect. I love it.
If failures and you're in the wrong version, epic fail.
Jesus.
72 hours after launch, still not able to play. They claim to have things out of control when the EU is asleep and back to broken servers once the EU wakes up. Utter disaster. This guy said yep and then upvoted, bro. After 33 hours played. Wait, so this guy upvoted, but he said something negative. So tired of not being able to load in. It's been 3 days for such a promising game. The servers sucked ass. So disappointed. Blake played Diablo, dude. Look how sad that is. They had the chance to convert a guy with Diablo in his name, bro. And now he's disappointed. Was that game really in early access? Oh, shit, bro. 3 hours. I mean, that seems like a completely genuine, legit guy. He's 3 hours of playtime. He bought the game. The good news is this, chat. Everyone's just complaining that the servers are dog shit, right? That's what they're doing. They're not complaining about the game itself being bad. They're just saying this.
Exactly.
Servers are dog shit. With that attitude from the dev team, I cannot recommend spending money on this game to anyone when PoE is free to play. Oof. Yo, what if they... Dude. Yo, I just had a bad thought, bro. Because we had the same issue during the early access patch, whatever the fuck it was, right? What if they knew it was still fucked? And then they gassed it up and then just fucking sold it as many as they could. And now they're just doing damage control for as long as they can until the player count goes down and start working again, bro. What if that is the case? I mean, it's technically possible, right? I mean, I don't know their financial situation. Maybe they needed to sell copies. Being unhappy.
Oh, they're not. Last Epoch is not worried about selling copies right now. I'm gonna be completely honest. I forget it. Steve, you texted me. I think it was what, like 10 million copies or something like that. Like, they are no longer in a like financial crisis, I would say. Like, or maybe they probably never even were. I just mean, like, this is not a, oh, it's a financial problem. Like, oh, we need to just buy more servers and then we're good. Like, it's obviously this was something that came out of nowhere. I don't think, one, they expected as many people at launch, and then two, I didn't expect whatever bug this was that they had happen. Like, I think this is something kind of new. Like, loading zones and whatnot were always iffy, but like being able to connect to the server and stuff was never a problem like it is right now. So I think just a massive influx of players compared to what they had before shook them a little bit, and it brought more just bugs to things that they didn't fully prepare for.
Be with what you pay for does not mean you're an entitled idiot. It's great that devs are being as open as they with what's going on and seemingly hard work to fix it. It doesn't excuse how god awful the launch has been. People,
I agree with that. We not, the launch has not been good as far as from like a consumer perspective. It's not a great launch. I don't think that's a debate, but for if you want to call it damage control, what they're doing a damn good job at doing damage control. I think we all need to at least give them that.
being shills for a semi-broken product and simultaneously giving out the state of gaming will always be a hilarious piece. Shit, bro. We truly want everyone to play our content we've been working for months to bring to our community. I am so sorry you and others had a negative experience, and we hope to turn that around as fast as we can. And I assure you we are working our butts off to make sure everyone is having the best experience we can provide at this moment in time. The best. They're doing their best, all right? This is their best. We will continue to work on stability going forward into the weekend. Imagine they said, yeah, we're going to fuck off for the weekend, so...
Imagine. Hey, guys, we're going to get to this on Monday morning. It's Friday night. We sold 10 million copies. We'll get to it when we get to it.
Deal with it, bro. Like, get a life, you fat fuck. Outside. What they need to do, right, is they need to find a problem, right? Okay? They need to find a problem. Okay, and then they need to fix the problem. And then we can play. And I won't be stuck trying to load into the fucking dry river. The RPG community is something else, so...
Dude, just relaunch. Just character select screen, relaunch. You're good. You're fine. You're gonna have to walk it again, but you're okay.
The same shit with the yellow, just different fanboys, haters, is weird. It is a weird dynamic. I don't get why people go full simp ultra shill mode. They're like 2 hours playtime, upvote. The game's amazing. You can't download the game just because the servers I'm working on game release. What the fuck? And it's like, bro, they're like willing to die and shield for a company. Read the niggers and you realize they're actually negative. They were written just because people were actually excited to play on 1.0 and they couldn't play. Oh,
there it is. There it is. There it is. Yep, main menu. That's what you should have did. You should have did that 10 minutes ago when you were scrolling through Steam reviews. I know it's a pain, but it will save you time. If you're trying to min-max your minutes, don't just sit there. Give it a minute. Give it a minute and a half, and if it doesn't load, just don't waste time. Don't sit there for 10 minutes.
Oh, play! I never really write game reviews, but it's disappointing to see so many negative reviews being submitted to last Epoch based on the launch day issues. What the fuck else are people gonna do? No, if you can't play for fucking 3 days, are you gonna leave a positive review? Are you gonna be like, man, imagine you bought a game and then couldn't play for 3 days? What?
I'm gonna be completely honest. Like, I would say I had like maybe a little bit more time to play Epoch than the average person on launch day, and like I never had the problem of getting like login errors and truly not being able to connect until what was last night, Saturday night. That was the first night I've had bad loading zones and stuff like that, but like bad like not actually being able to play. That was the first time I've only had that. And from Wednesday all the way up until today, it was just that one time where I had like bad issues with not being able to connect. Other than that though, it's been okay.
What it's like they're getting offended on behalf of the devs or something, and then they're like coming into White Knight or something. It's weird. What is that? and he's played the game for 49 hours. It's like he thinks he is the dev. You're not the dev, bro.
Of course he has. Anybody that sits here and plays games in today's world thinks that they know everything about how to make a video game and what they need to do to make it better. Nobody cares. Those devs don't sit here and look at Nixie Pixie and think, "Oh my god, this guy is so right." No, they get a general feel, the common terms and, complaints that are amongst the entire community, and then they go from there. Everybody just thinks they're an expert.
You're not him. 49 hours of low screen, straight up. PoE is a great game, but just too complex for a lot of casual players, including myself. Last Epoch is a great middle ground, and I would definitely recommend doing it. The sad thing is, like, okay, how good is Last Epoch compared to PoE, guys? What's weird is, like, the difference between a game that is like an 8 out of 10 game.
I know that Last Epoch and PoE are both ARPGs, and I know that people, especially non-ARPG players, would look at them and be like, "Oh, it's the same game. What's the difference?" But like, I don't know. Like, I feel so different playing both of those games, and I know they are both the same category and whatnot, but I get such a different experience and a different, I don't know, feeling playing both of them. Like, when you compared like PoE and Last Epoch and D4, like, I see way more similarities. Obviously, I think Last Epoch is much better, but those I can at least feel the same similarities for. While PoE, I feel like I'm in a whole nother world. Like, I put PoE as far as like the in-depthness and whatnot, like same thing as WoW. Like, it's those kinds of games sometimes are just they're in a category of their own.
Game versus like a 9 out of 10 game, it's not 1 point. It's like 5 times better or something, right? The reality is PoE is way better than Last Epoch, and it's sad that guy's missing out. Requires more than 3 brain cells, unlike Diablo 4. Requires less than a 5 times PhD to understand, unlike Path of Exile. Game is perfect in between. Oh, gee. Is this what they're all gonna say, bro? Dude, this.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. I don't think any of the people that say that Last Epoch falls perfectly in between Diablo 4 and PoE is wrong. For sure. I think it is a lot more fun, and there is a lot more to do, and it plays better, and it's supported better than Diablo 4. Like, that's not even a question. And everybody knows that Path of Exile has a massive learning curve to get into, and that's fine. But like, there's no need to sit here and be like, "Oh, is that what everyone's gonna say?" I think that's what Last Epoch was aiming for. They knew that Diablo was starting to suck and fall off, because obviously this game's been out for 5 years in early access, I believe. So like, they knew what they were doing. They knew Path of Exile was competition. They could have copy and pasted Path of Exile's, economy and everything like that perfectly, but there's already a game for that. So why do you want to go and copy them? You want to stand on your own. I like it. I do think this is the best take out there to describe it. Requires more than 3 brain cells, unlike Diablo, and you don't need to necessarily be a big brain genius, unlike PoE. Even though I will say, you can brick a lot of crafts real easy in Last Epoch, just like you can PoE. One, you accidentally put a Rune of Shattering on there or a Glyph of Chaos, and it's over.
This is a 27-hour Andy. You're a 27-hour Andy. Shut the fuck up. Oh, what happened? Deeper than D4, more accessible than Path of Exile, better quality of life than any other ARPG.
See, I would disagree with that. Of course, it's deeper in Diablo 4, a little more accessibility. Depending what it's about your perspective on what you look at as accessible than PoE. But I could hear the conversation. I don't even think that's a knock on PoE. But I mean, if we're talking quality of life, I mean, Path of Exile has the most quality of life set up for it. I mean, that's especially with PoE 2 coming out. Like, I don't even think it's a question.
You know what? I will give them the loot filter in the game is pretty cool.
Oh, the loot filter's big dick. It needs like a couple things we were talking about, like, maybe a couple more things to like pop up on your mini map or your overlay map, things like that. But oh my god, the loot filter that is the biggest brain idea that they had. I think that is a massive separation, and that creates a lot. It can make it easier for just the casual ARPG player to really get into the category.
I like the loot filter a lot.
Because he is.
It's true. I like it. Let's see. I would Quinn even play online if he is always solo self-found? That's the other thing too. Like, I don't understand. A lot of these people were sitting here bitching about, oh, the servers are having issues and all that stuff, and then, oh, well, I'm gonna go play hardcore solo self-found. Dude, who cares? Play offline. And literally none of these issues will come across your way. Seriously. Outdated Vin. Typical Quinn. Offline mode, people can cry out for in other games. And that's the other thing too, man. I don't want to hear anybody sitting here bitching about, oh, it was so bad they had to add an offline mode. Are you kidding me? There was such a huge crowd when Diablo 4 came out being like, there's no offline mode. This is ridiculous. Back in our D1 and D2 days, there was no online. And it's like, bro, you can't have your cake and then, shit on it too and sit there and complain about it. Like, that doesn't make any sense. It's a W vid, though. I think Last Epoch's got a lot of potential. And I think as long as they keep supporting it, I think they're good.